Looking full today. Woohoo! It don't rain often in Spain, but when it does, it rains. How's it going, guys, and welcome to what should hopefully be a slightly different video today. I basically bought myself some Cliff Bars the other day. Let's have a look at the Cliff Bars. Millions and millions of Cliff Bars. And that was after a long time waiting for them to come up at a good price, because they're not so easy to get hold of over here in Europe. I don't know if it's the same in the UK, but they're not easy to get hold of over here. So I finally got hold of some, as you do, yesterday. Throughout the course of the day, I was nibbling away on one to see what it tasted like, and I was disappointed as usual, as I always am by energy bars. You never say, that's a nice energy bar. You always say that tastes good for an energy bar, don't you? So I've kind of had my fill with energy bars now as my main nutrition for a bike ride. So in this very special episode called the Mountain Bike Bake Off, we're going to try and make our own energy bars. Okay guys, so the lighting isn't going to be great in here. I've got a little studio light set up there. In a second I'll go through the ingredients. There's actually no cooking involved in this whatsoever. It's kind of a mix it all up in a blender, refrigerate it, cut it up, and then there's your energy bars. But first of all, let's make a cup of coffee, because we can't do this without some kind of beverage on the go. I am kind of a reverse coffee snob. I cannot stand the real thing apart from when you get it from like Starbucks and stuff. So this is just decaf instant coffee. I friggin' love it. So while the kettle's just boiling, we'll go through some of the ingredients. Now, there is a recipe that I'm roughly going to follow. I don't really follow recipes, and I cook a lot. And so what I generally do is I get like a base recipe for something, and then I modify it to whatever tastes best. So we've got muesli there, we've got cocoa there, we've got some little chocolate, chips things there. I've got some peanut butter, I've got some honey, I've got some figs, which is going to be really good for binding them together, as is the honey. And that's about it, really. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make one that's going to be kind of a muesli, peanut butter, honey thing, which is kind of the base one. And then I'm going to see what that's like by itself. And then I'm going to do one with figs, cocoa, peanut butter, no honey, chocolate chips, and the muesli again. So that's going to be my kind of chocolatey one. And I'm probably going to make the honey one into balls and the chocolatey one into bars. Okay guys, so like I say, I'm pretty rough and ready when it comes to cooking. I make nice food, but I don't like to follow the recipe. I like to, like I say, get like a base recipe and then go from there. So what I'm going to do is, you're supposed to, this recipe is basically 3 cups of like oats or whatever, a cup of peanut butter and a cup of honey. So we're going to do that, but I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it a little bit more by taste than actual measurements, other than the 3 cups of oatmeal, just so as I know roughly what's in there. Because this is all made from nothing needs cooking out of what I'm making today, so obviously I can taste this at any time and just decide whether or not it tastes okay. I want my bars a little bit less chunky than this, so what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to blend this down. So you can see there that that's a lot less chunky, but still with a bit of chunk in there for the bars. It's nice with a bit of chunk in there, but it was a bit ridiculous as it was to start off with. Right, so next I'm just going to go one. I'm using really nice chunky peanut butter. Not particularly good peanut butter, it's quite cheap stuff, but it'll do the job. You can obviously get loads of like organic ingredients if you want to, but I'm not going down that road. So we go 3 of those, which I reckon is about, it's not an American cup. This recipe was in American cups. Like I said, what I'm going to do is just use this size cup, but just make sure I use the same cup, because then you still get the percentages or whatever, the split right. Although I am roughing it already and just using a spoon. Let's give that a zhuzh. A load of honey is stuck to the sides, let's get rid of that. Right, so that's got nowhere near enough of the kind of peanut butter and honey which is going to bind it. I mean, it's not bad actually. You can see I can kind of make that into balls, but I want them to be a bit neater than that. Actually, they aren't bad taste-wise. Let's go for one more of each. And then give it a zhuzh. I reckon that's a pretty good sign that they're pretty much done, because the blender has just pushed it right up out of the way. Give it a quick taste test. Oh yeah, it's nice and gooey, really peanut buttery. Yeah, it's good. So I think what I'll do is put a little bit of the cocoa stuff in here, put a bit of that in there, and then I'm just going to use my spoon to roughly make them the same sort of size, and we'll see how many balls I get out of this. Balls. How childish for me to laugh at that. And then that there is going to be one of my energy balls. Give it a little roll around in there. But thinking about it, actually I think that's unnecessary. I don't think I'm going to do that with the rest. Although rolled like that, that kind of makes it alright. Good. Okay, so that is the Powerball kind of thing finished. I've managed to make how many? 3, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And I've got one in my hand, which is going to be the tester. So I think that's 15 altogether out of, what did I put in? 3 cups of the oatmeal type stuff, the Alpin, a couple of scoops of peanut butter, 3 scoops in the end, 3 things of honey, and that was it. Then I rolled it in the cocoa. So let's put that in the fridge and then we'll wrap them up for taking out on the trail. Okay, and now we're going to move on to the bars. So for this one I'm going to use the dates. These are going to be like a more substantial and slightly kind of healthier, well not healthier really, but it's all natural sugars and fat and stuff, so it's better. I'll go for roughly a cup of dates, so as I can repeat the same recipe if I completely nail it. But again, we'll be tasting this as we go. Oh shit, that was the wrong thing. Right, so we'll call that a cup of dates. That leaves me enough to do another batch another time. Then we need to just de-seed all of these. Right, we're going to do a similar thing for the base. We'll go for, I think, 3 cups of Alpin type stuff. I'll go for a bit more, 4 we'll go for. I think we did 3 last time, but I can't remember. Right, then I'm going to chuck in the dates. And then I'm going to chuck in some chocolate chips. What I'm going to do next is go for something a bit different here. Instead of using peanut butter, I'm going to put coconut oil in there and a bit of water, and then see how that binds together. Okay, so that's one like dessert spoon type thing in there. I just need to melt that down with some hot water. Right, so that's the oil melted. I did that in the pan in the end. That should help bind it together. Maybe not enough. I think this actually needs a little bit of water. That looks gross, but that's just had the oats in it. A little bit of that. And then a bit of this, quite a bit of this. because we want them chocolatey. Right, let's see what that whizzes up like. Right, so it's not quite binding together, and I think peanut butter would be nice in that, so I'm going to put a good scoop of peanut butter in there. Right down in there. Right, that there is whizzing like it's okay, because you do something a bit different with this. Never made these before, so we've just got to give it a go. Right, so what you do now is you take one of these oven dishes, you line it with cling film, I think. Oh my god, I hate cling film. In fact, I hate it so much, I'm going to use scissors on it. That was easy. And then you use one of these here, or whatever you've got. And you basically squidge it all down roughly flat. And then, this is what I saw in a video earlier on, use another piece of cling film. Oh my god, cling film! Put that in there and you kind of flatten it all out and compress it all in right in the corners and stuff, because basically the bottom side of this becomes the flat side of the bar. This may not be a wet enough mix. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a rolling pin to properly get it in there. And then what you should end out with is like nice flat on the bottom and pretty flat on the top, because I've rolling pinned it. And then that goes in the fridge also for like 3 hours, and then we cut it up. Well guys, that was all rather Delia Smith-esque, wasn't it? I'm going to go and clean that crap up while those chill. We'll come back later on and I'll cut that up, see how many energy bars I've made out of that. See you in a sec when we chop up those energy bars. Right guys, so fast forward 4 hours of refrigerating and slicing. So what you saw me making earlier on yielded, if you like, I think it was 14 bars, and I think it was 15 of these like power ball things, energy ball things. So that's what I got out of, it took me like an hour to make them, an hour and a bit, hour and a quarter, all in to make them. So it's the best time. Let's see what they taste like. So let's just have a look. So as you can see the texture. So this was, oh yeah, that's hardened up nice. So that was kind of the peanut butter, Alpen and honey in this one. And then the bar could have done with being a bit better kind of cemented. It's kind of a bit crumbly. So the peanut butter ball thing is just amazing actually, really, really nice. Going to give like a real kick of energy that. And it's, you can use natural peanut butter obviously to make it kind of more natural and healthy, but you know, peanuts are really good fats. There's honey in there, which is obviously natural sugar, which is good as long as it doesn't give you too many spikes. And then there's oats and stuff in there to give you the calories there that you need. And it tastes really good, much better than any energy bar you'll ever find. So then if we try the bar, so I put figs in here, didn't I? A bit of that chocolate cocoa. The oats again. I put some coconut oil in there. You'll remember from the video. But let's see what this tastes like. Yeah, that's good as well. You can taste the figs a lot more, so it tastes more like a, you know, the other one is peanut butter, honey and oats, so it just tastes like filth. But the But this, like, tastes, you can really taste the figs in this, actually. So I need to tweak the recipe for this one, I think. Perhaps less oats in the mix, more peanut butter. Yeah, to make it so it's kind of more cemented. But it's fine, like, you know. You could hold, you know, a bar will hold its own weight. So yeah, that's it, guys. I haven't worked out the calories and stuff. In fact, shall I eat this first? I haven't worked out the calories and stuff because the aim with making your own energy bars and stuff, for me anyway, is because most of my climbing happens at the start of the ride, I'll probably go for like a, you know, like a proper energy bar, because all the climbing's at the start. That'll get, you know, gives me like an energy boost. And then just to maintain my energy levels, I'll use my own bars. So when you're doing like a 3 or 4 hour ride, you're supposed to eat every hour. So, you know, a Cliff Bar at the start, an energy bar with me, and then maybe one of these energy balls or a couple of these energy balls for a longer ride, and that should see you through the ride nicely then. Obviously, you can do loads with these recipes. That honey, peanut butter, and oats or Alpine base is like a really good, you can do loads with it after that. You've got the really good flavours in there, so you could add protein to it if you wanted to, whey protein. You know, you can add all kinds of different things to it. You can add actual nuts. You could blend some actual nuts in there as well to give you even more of those good fats. But yeah, you've seen how easy it is. This is no baking, no nothing, and it tastes really, really good. So yeah, that was just a bit of mountain bike bake off. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope I can edit it down because I've got like a bajillion minutes of footage for that. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching, guys. On your bikes.